Start with breaking news out of Kenosha this evening, where the governor and lieutenant governor just spoke with reporters.
5 days after a Kenosha police officer shot Jacob Blake 7 times and 4 nights of protests and violence, state leaders are trying to put a stop to it all.
I would like to disinvite all those people that are running around with long guns for no apparent reason to stay home.
You know, if these armed men who have no connection to even this state, they're guys from out of town. So think about how ridiculous that is. Who is he accountable to? Nobody. And for him to even be able to shoot somebody and still walk away from the scene. I mean, you know, they talked about finding a knife inside of the car, not even on Jacob Blake's person. But this guy's carrying around a long gun, killed somebody, just walking freely, was able to get back home to Illinois. Then, you know, we got a much bigger problem on our hands.
Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes is referring to the 17-year-old from Antioch who was seen in video shooting 3 people, killing 2 of them during protests Tuesday night. We've just learned Kyle Rittenhouse has been charged in both of those murders and faces a life sentence if he's convicted. He remains in custody in Illinois and scheduled to appear in an extradition hearing tomorrow. Reverend Jesse Jackson, religious leaders and community groups speaking out today in Kenosha about that shooting.
They also insist there is a double standard concerning that teenager from Antioch who's facing those felony charges in the fatal shooting of 2 protesters. WGN's Julian Cruz has that part of the story.
7 times in the back. There was no threat to them. The investigation should be, and the 2 who watched it, they should be indicted as well.
Jackson says that he's concerned about the accused teenage shooter from Antioch, Illinois, Kyle Rittenhouse, charged with shooting and killing 2 protesters Tuesday night near 63rd and Sheridan. Video shows Kenosha law enforcement allowing Rittenhouse to simply walk away from the scene after the teen opened fire with his semi-automatic weapon on Tuesday. The Kenosha County Sheriff telling reporters yesterday that police were focused on helping the wounded, but Jackson and members of the Wisconsin NAACP, the Urban League, and the League of United Latin American Citizens say that there's a glaring double standard in their view, pointing to the way that Kenosha police officers aggressively sought to take Jacob Blake into custody. In sharp contrast, police let Kyle Rittenhouse walk away, even though countless witnesses pleaded with officers on the scene to arrest Rittenhouse.
Had Jacob Blake been a 17-year-old black male with a loaded weapon, he would not be alive today.
Kenosha was once known for American motors and the lakefront. We do not wish to be known for violence of any kind.
Top Kenosha law enforcement and the mayor say that they're already working on setting up discussions that they hope will lead to reform. And they're also seeing signs of hope based on last night's peaceful protest that destructive elements of the activists causing damage in Kenosha are finally being neutralized.
We know that there are still people out there, instigators, that are trying to cause trouble and fire things up.
Beth and community leaders say it's clear that some of the protesters are from out of state, and they allege that it's the outsiders who are stirring up much of the trouble. But a group of community activists questioning the tactics of law enforcement, pointing to what they say was the questionable arrest of a 26-year-old Wisconsin organizer.
These unmarked trucks without license plates or any kind of identification had picked her up and the 2 other organizers.
Flores says Adelena Aquindez was first taken to a federal lockup in Kenosha. What kinds of charges she's facing are not yet clear, but activists say that she's since been transferred here to the Kenosha County Jail.
It's been over 12 hours. So we're demanding that she's released now, that KPD stop dragging their feet on this and stop using the excuses because they arrested so many people.
Adelena Aquindez, definitely not an outsider. We're told she lives here in Kenosha. Her mother and father, along with many supporters here, hoping she'll be released from the jail. In Kenosha, Julian Cruz, WGN News.